Hello, my name's Tony Walker and I'm a life and business performance coach based at 87 Austin Street in Onikawa, Napier. I'm a life coach now for the last, 21 years, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to my initial show of growing your business with Tony Walker. Now, who is this guy, Tony Walker? And life coaches, well, there's just so many of them around, and business coaches, very common. But I think what we have to look at before embarking upon looking at a life coach is really to understand the experience that life coach has actually gone through to actually front up with you to help you grow yourself. They first of all must have grown themselves too. So what do I mean by that? So, well, let me just take you back to my background, I guess. As you probably guess, I'm a POM. I've been over here since 1995, and I grew up in the north of England in a little town called Cleethorpes in Lincolnshire. Had a very interesting upbringing where I'm sure some of you have gone through the same thing, where we get brought up by just a single parent. So that at its incept, I guess, was it's quite a challenge as a child, especially as a 9-year-old, no father. You get a bit of a complex as to which way's up. At the time, I didn't think much of what life was dealing for me at that time. But in reflection, it's helped me a great deal. So just fast forwarding, my family is quite a large family. I'm one of 7 siblings, and we are very close indeed. However, I'm the only one that sort of flew the nest to come to New Zealand. All the rest of my family are still in the UK. Nevertheless, at age 17, I left home and I joined the Royal Air Force in the UK, and I majored in aeronautical and aviation engineering, which sounds very flash, but basically what it did do for 17 years of my life, it taught me a great deal about leadership, about team dynamics and individual dynamics. So that really set me up well for the career that I have right now. When I left the Air Force, I went into banking and finance, and I worked for a large investment company in London, and that was quite a change from engineering, but it was good fun. But again, I got involved in really understanding what makes a team tick in a different environment, very high pressured environment. Trading and watching the traders, very interesting. And so I did that for 4 years in London, then emigrated over here into New Zealand and worked for Westpac. So I was very fortunate to do some time in Auckland, and then got to move down to the Hawke's Bay. And this is where my passion is. The Hawke's Bay is the best place that I've ever spent my time in my life. I'm very, very proud and privileged to be in this wonderful place called the Hawke's Bay. So left the bank in 99 and started my life and business performance coaching company in 1999. So we're 21, coming up 22 years that I've been really involved in understanding truly what it is that people go through when it comes to running a business. Because the intention is always honourable when you start a business, of course. You'll start a business, make loads of money, and then retire, and that's it. That's the story. But if it was that easy, how come more people don't do that? And I'm sure that we've heard, especially in these COVID times, it's accentuated more I guess really the framework of how people conduct their business has been tested in these COVID times. So that's one of the things that I really focus on. When I take on a client for coaching, I don't promise to make them millions, but what I do is I focus very much on getting that person to understand themselves better. Because no matter what the situation is, no matter what the pressure has been applied, whether it's external, whether it's COVID or otherwise, it's up to you as an individual to define as to how you see yourself dealing with that pressure. Because this thing called stress, which is it's a very common thing, we accept that we'll go through this thing called stress. But stress is just the internalization of this external thing called pressure or life. Life is designed to give you that pressure. How you deal with that, well, that's your learning curve. That's what makes you the person that you are right now. It's how you've chosen to deal with this pressure of life that brings you to this point right now in your life. So, in the coming weeks, I'm really looking forward to sharing with you some of the experiences that I've gone through in perhaps overcoming my fears. And trust me, there's been heaps of fear hurdles that I've overcome in the last few years. But I think you'll be, I think it'll be good to share them with you. Certainly, is from my experience, it's always good to share those innermost feelings with those that you either love or that you get to know. So I want to just, I guess, put myself in that position where this is who I am, and that will give you a much better idea as to, should you choose to want to have a chat, that you feel more comfortable in the person that you are talking with. So yes, in the coming weeks, I'll be doing a few interviews with some of the people that I've been very fortunate enough to have either worked with or are currently working with, and some of their stories are just amazing. I know you're going to love them, because I treat these people now that they're not clients; they are very dear friends, and certainly over the last 20 odd years, I've been very fortunate enough to work with some very special people. So yes, that's what we're looking to achieve over the next coming months. So I look forward very much to welcoming you on board our journey together. And certainly if you have any comments or questions, fire them in to the website, and that's tonywalker.co.nz, and I'll do what I can to answer them. And just watch your space, and I'll be guided very much by you as to which way that we can go with this program. It's going to be fun. All right, you take care, and looking forward to catching up with you very soon.